When she wakes, I'm still dreaming. The long days get me thinking, always get me thinking.
Who were the bands that you particularly looked up to?
The first person I remember singing along to was Richie Valens, that La Bamba song, and then a lot of Buddy Holly. My old man was a big Buddy Holly fan. Meatloaf, I'm not ashamed to say, a lot of Meatloaf, Paul Simon, Bob Dylan, that sort of thing.
Later this year you get to have your own headline tour. How much does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's going to be good. My biggest headline show to date, which is a little scary. But
Is that scheduled for London, is it?
It is, yeah, London, the night before my birthday as well, October 3rd.
Let's talk a bit about your music. Going back a while, your first release, You, Your Cat and Me. How would you assess this release looking back on it? It's been described as a fun and honest release with lyrics about watching Countdown and getting a coffee just in time for that and sitting with a loved one on a couch and a cat. Looking back on that, how would you assess the EP?
I don't know, I've not listened to it in a couple of years, to be honest. I was really proud of it at the time. I'm sure I'd still be really proud of it. I think it's a more youthful version of me, like a lot more, I don't know, youthful angst maybe. So I think I've mellowed out a little bit.
The release after that, Words and Nothing More, had a slightly different tone, a sweeter mellow tone. Was there a specific direction you were headed in with this release?
Well, the You Cat and Me we did in the studio with the band and stuff, so it was very much like just sort of go in with a load of instruments and track it, whereas Words and Nothing More was in my lounge just with me and a guitar and whatever else I could find, like tapping my desk to make percussive stuff. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a DIY thing. So yeah, it sounded a lot different. The process was a lot different.
An idea you've become renowned for, and it's a breakthrough idea, was the one song a week notion, where basically for the whole of 2012 you released a song a week. Tell us about this extraordinary concept.
Yeah, I never know where to start really. I just had the idea on the 2nd of January and just kind of stuck with it. I nearly stopped in week 9. Week 15 was a bit of a low point, but then sort of week 30 odd we started gathering a bit of momentum, and then some other people got involved, which was great, and it kind of just spiraled from there. And
it's safe to say you probably went through a wide set of ranging emotions. Did it ever become a bit too overwhelming or hectic for you?
There was times where I was really struggling. Like I think week 28 was about 5 in the afternoon on the Thursday, and the song was due out on the Friday, and I'd not started it yet, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but somehow it fell out from somewhere.
Lauren Aquilina, that the song Floors and Ceilings was a particularly beautiful collaboration. What was it like working with Lauren?
Yeah, it was great. We did a song in week 29 together actually, which was more of like a one that we wrote together, and then Floors I kind of had written the majority of, and then in week 29 we had one lyric that we never used, so we kind of stuck it in Floors in this song that I'd started a year ago, and it all came together nicely.
And there's one collaboration that really stands out when you look through the list, ex-footballer Dion Dublin.
Yeah, big Dion, top lad.
What was that all about? How did that come about?
I sent an email to the website. He's got a drum out called The Dube. It's like a percussion thing. I think it's thedube.com. So yeah, I just got in touch and was like, do you want to do something? Do you want to try and write a song? He'd never written a song before. I'm a massive Man United fan, so I was like, obviously I want to sit down and write a song with Dion Dublin. And somehow he said yes, and we had a great time. He came around the flat and he'd never done anything like it before, so I think he was quite excited as well. It was good.
Your newest venture, the London Eye EP, yet another breakthrough idea. What was that like for you, experiencing going around on the London Wheel 28 years ago?
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. It was good. I wasn't sure it was going to happen. It was one of those ideas you have and you're just like, I'd love to make that happen, but actually it's probably not going to, is it? But then a series of people just started saying yes to it, and eventually there was a couple of weeks to go and we were waiting for the final okay from the London Eye, and we got it, and it was like, right, crikey, we're doing this. So got some people together and made it happen. It was awesome.
In terms of an eventual album release, do you have a certain direction that you wish to go in with the album, knowing that it's going to be full length as opposed to what you've done with your previous EPs?
Yeah, I definitely want to take it up a step. Like the One Song a Week album was obviously the songs from One Song a Week done in my lounge, you know, on my laptop with one microphone, so there's not much scope for like big productions. But there was a lot more going on up here than I could actually do because my production expertise aren't great. So, but this time we'll be doing it with a proper producer in a proper studio. So yeah, I'm quite excited about where that's going to go.
In terms of lyrical content, do your lyrics stem from personal experiences, the experiences of others, or is it even at times simply fiction?
Just my experiences really. I'm not, like, I've tried writing from other perspectives a couple of times and I've not been so comfortable with it. I don't know. I find it hard to like pretend in songs. I don't know. Songs are really important.
You've got a loyal legion of fans who are very complimentary about your work. What's it like to have the support of such great fans?
It's pretty amazing, to be honest. I'm not sure I'd still be doing this if they didn't exist. Like, I'd be doing it for me in my bedroom, but there's no way I'd be actively, forcing my music out there and playing shows. They are my favourite people in the world.
If you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
Tough question. Can I have like 3 or 4?
You could choose your top 3, yeah.
Okay. Mike Skinner, definitely, from the streets. Just a massive lyrical influence. That first album was awesome. Just used to drive
And
around.
you've been likened to Mike Skinner, I mean, one of
yeah,
the
called the Mike Skinner folk one,
yeah.
which was nice. I'm not sure how Mike would feel about that. But I'd love to sit down and write something with him. Then either, if I'm only allowed 3, I'll go either Damon Albarn or Jarvis Cocker, one of the 2. Maybe both at the same time, great. And then probably Adam Duritz from the Counting Crows. He might be my favourite lyricist of all time, genius.
What was the best live act that you've witnessed?
Jimmy Eat World were pretty good. Kind of like Jimmy Eat World. Counting Crows as well were awesome. The Hold Steady actually supported the Counting Crows. They've turned into one of my slightly beneath favourite bands. They're awesome.
And lastly, what was the first album Frank Hamilton purchased?
It was, I'm pretty sure it was Modern Life is Rubbish off my brother, because we were sort of 2 or 3 Blur albums after that, and he didn't want to listen to the one from 5 years ago anymore, so he sold me his cassette for 50p.
Okay, Frank, thank you so much for your time.
No
Wish
worries,
you all the
thanks
best on
for
your
having me.
future tour and album releases.
Thanks,
Mate.
mate. Take care.
Cheers.